Okay, good day everyone. You are welcome back. You are welcome back to the part 2 of Elements of Literature or Dramatic Techniques. The first one we are going to do in this part is soliloquy. Soliloquy is when a character thinks aloud. For example, you are watching a movie, a particular character is just like maybe sitting down or standing. Is thinking. The character is thinking. It's not talking, but you can hear what is in the character's mind. What they do is that the character is just going to dramatize, like it's just going to be there like that. Like when they're acting it, the character is just going to be there like that. Then when they are editing, the character will go and do voiceover. That's what they do. So that's what we call soliloquizing. The character is thinking, but you can hear what is in his or her mind. That's soliloquize. It's not like the character is okay. Sometimes it could be that the character is speaking to him or herself. Like the character is in the room just thinking and taking to him and talking to him or herself. Is it that the character is doing that, like talking to him or herself, or is just thinking, but there's a voiceover of what the character is thinking about. Then the other one is aside, and aside is a short speech. So most characters normally confuse aside and soliloquy. They are not the same. Soliloquy is the character is alone, speaking to him or herself or thinking. What is thinking about you can hear. That's through the use of voiceover. But for aside, the character is not the only one on stage. There are other characters on stage, but what that particular character is saying is not meant for the other characters on stage. It's meant for the audience. For example, I am acting with somebody now. Let's say the person just come to my house and it comes unannounced, or maybe the person is not even welcome to my house. Then I just greet the person. Oh, you are highly welcome. Hey, how are the children? How is the husband? How is the family? Then I will not say something like the character is not welcome, but I'm just like trying to play along to make the character feels like him or her is welcome. But I will not say what is she even doing yourself? Like the way the thing is acted, I'm doing it in a way that that character I'm talking about, it's just a short comment about a particular character, but it's not meant for that character to hear. It's meant for the audience. So after I say, hey, you are welcome, this and that, then I'll not say the other one for the audience to hear that what she even doing here. Then the audience will not laugh, but that character on stage with me will just pretend as if he or she is not hearing me. So that's it. Then prologue is a prologue. Okay, like I said before, an aside is a short comment. It's not that long. It's just a short comment like that, but it's not meant for the character that is on stage with the character that is speaking. It's meant for the audience to hear. Then the other one is prologue. Prologue is an introduction to a play. Like they just try to summarize or just introduce the play, just a normal introduction. Then why a the summary of a play. So prologue is a prologue is the introduction to a play, and it's usually at the beginning of the play. That's before we will start scene one, scene two. While the epilogue is at the end, after, like, and so the part does not die. Is it so the part does not die? Yes, in so the part does not die. There's a prologue. In the prologue, there's a story of a particular community. There's a story of a particular community where they don't allow men to enter. Men are not allowed to even sleep over in that community. Then what they do, the women in that community, they can get married or they can have husbands, but their husbands will be in other community. Their leaders, everybody there are all women. So the men they have in their lives will only come during the day. They just come, do during the day and all that. Then they will go back to their community. While the women will be in their own community. When the women give birth to girls, they will live with them. But when the women give birth to boys, once the boy is able to stand up and wee, they will take the boy back to their father, to the other community. So no man lives in that community with them until when they now give birth to a particular girl. The girl was now wondering, why is it that we don't allow men to stay among us or to live among us? So that girl wanted to bring back about a change. The girl wanted to bring about a change. She had to quarrel with, like, it was not really correct. She was questioning them, like, how come that men are not allowed to stay? So they were just trying to tell her that it's a norm, that's how we meant it and all that. Then after some time, she said she cannot stay in this village. And what they do is that they don't force people to live with them. If you are a woman, you feel like, oh, I cannot live without my husband. You can go and meet your husband in his community. So they told her that we are not forcing you to stay. You can leave if you don't want to. So if you don't want to stay, you can leave. So she left. She left in search of knowledge and all that. Then after, because it's a fiction here. So after she went to gain knowledge and all that, then she came back. She was not very big. She was so big that the community could not contain her. She destroyed the community. So that is what is in the prologue. Then the story, like that prologue, is like a foreshadowing to what is happening, what is going to happen in the book. Though that same story, that exact story is not in the main book, oh, but it's just like it's related. But by reading that prologue, you are going to know that, okay, something similar is going to happen in the main story. So for prologue, it could be a summary of what's going to happen in the main story, or it could be something related to what is going to happen in the main story, or it could be that what is in that prologue, it is from what is in that prologue that they are going to get the main story. So that's the prologue. Then the epilogue now is that, like I said before, that prologue is a myth. Like it's a story that those, or like fortes that the people in that community, or oral tradition, like the people in that community will be telling their children and their children's children. So there's, and you know how African mothers do it, that like they'll say one story over and over again, to the extent that the story is not even like, it's like the story is already written in your head. So this woman, the main character, when she gave birth to her child, Dimusu Celeste, she was always telling Dimusu Celeste this story, like that folk tale, what happened in that community that I said before in the prologue. So at some point in that prologue, Dimusu Celeste said that no, that's not how that thing is supposed to end. That's not how that story is supposed to end. The story is supposed to end in a way that the community will not be destroyed. Like, it's supposed to end in a way that when she went outside the community to gain knowledge and all that, then when she come to the back to the community, she will not destroy the community, she will only change it, she will only amend it. So what the epilogue is trying to say is that old traditions are not meant to be destroyed totally. Like, you don't old traditions are still useful, they are not meant to be destroyed totally. You just amend them. Like, you just like, as you or even if you change that old tradition, you still bring another one to replace it. Not like, okay, you just say that we're not doing this thing again, but what are you using to replace it? It's just like in Nigeria now, when Tinubu removes fuel subsidy, there was nothing that he used to replace it. So what that epilogue is trying to say is that when you destroy something old, you bring something new to replace it, or you don't even destroy something old totally. Like, and also, like that, like our old curriculum, they just changed the old curriculum to another one last year. There are still some things in that old curriculum that are still in the new curriculum. So that's what you do. You don't just change something completely. You make amend, you add some you add some new things, some new relevant things. And even if you want to change something completely, you replace it with another one. Not like you just say, okay, we're not doing this thing again. Okay, if they're not doing it again, what are they going to be doing? Something like that. Then chorus is a band of people in the play who takes it upon themselves as a group to comment on the proceedings of a dramatic action. So what we think normally, what a layman thinks, is that it is a song that is the chorus. No, the song is not the chorus. That group of people singing the song is the chorus. It could be a group of people, it could even be one person that is singing, that is talking about, when you are watching on those African magic Nollywood movies, like somebody is suffering, you just see a particular song. That song is commenting on what that character is passing through, or someone is about to use another person to do ritual. There's another song that they are going to sing. It's not the same thing as the one that they have been singing before, something like that. Then dialogue is, that one is simple, like conversation between two people. Then monologue, a long speech. Another thing is that some people confuse dialogue. Another thing is that some people confuse monologue for aside. Yes, you know that aside is not like it's not meant for the other character in the play. So monologue and aside are not the same thing. A monologue is a long speech, and I also told you that aside is a short comment, but monologue is longer. It's a long speech by a character. When she is either the character is alone or the character is with other characters, but that speech is meant for the audience to hear. Then let's talk about the difference between them, because they are somehow confusing: monologue, soliloquy, and aside. The difference is the difference is who the speech is intended for. The difference between monologue, soliloquy, and aside is in who the speech is meant for. Then in a monologue, the character is speaking to another character or to the audience. The character in a monologue, the character is speaking to either another character that is also there, but the character is not even answering. If the character is answering, it's a dialogue, but if the character is not answering, it's a monologue. The character could just be there. For example, a father is just talking to his son. The son is not saying anything, it's just the father that is talking. That's a monologue. Then a monologue could also be that the character is talking to the audience. The audience are not meant to answer, they're just meant to listen. Then the other one, so in a soliloquy, the character is speaking to him or herself. Like the character is speaking to him or herself. The character is alone on stage and speaking to him or herself. Then for aside, the character is speaking directly to the audience, even though other characters there are even though other characters are there with him or her. The speech for an aside is not meant for the character, it's just meant for the audience. Even if it could be that other characters, the speech for an aside is a very short one, and it's not meant for other characters in the play. Then a monologue is also longer. Monologue is longer than soliloquy and longer than aside. Aside is just a short comment. So these are the activities for today. We also have other dramatic techniques. As time goes on, I can just write. As time goes on, well, I'm going to still bring maybe part 3 of this element of literature. But these are the most common ones. Then we have activities here. You do these activities and put the answers in the comment section. Do it to subscribe to my channel for more English and literature tips. Thank you.